Hello, everybody. It's us, the Elderly Brothers. We're back again. I'm Larry. Um, I'm going to be tomorrow, I will be 83 years old. I will have completed 83 years. This is my brother, and I'm in New York, and this is my brother, Ardy,
And I'm in Florida and I'm 90 and just turned 90.
just
So I'm barely 90.
barely 90. But I guess we qualify. We have qualified.
Well, we started when I was 89 and you were 82. So we've aged on TV or on whatever this stuff is.
Podcast.
So anyway, check us out at Elderly Brothers US on YouTube. Subscribe, and if you want to buy a hat, let us know, and we'll send you one for $25. They're
Yeah.
really neat hats, very nice hats. They adjustable back. I don't know. There you go, adjustable
Disappeared.
back, and they're heavy duty, and they're really good hats,
Ventilated. They're ventilated.
and they're worth every penny.
If anybody's a hothead.
Oh yeah.
So we've been thinking about topics, and I just came across one this morning. I was watching the um Andrew Ross Sorkin. He's a TV financial guy, and he just published a book called 1929. And it's obviously all about the crash of 29. So I'm thinking about that. And what I realized was our father was 22 years old in 1929. And I have no idea what he did. They said that unemployment was 25% in, I guess, 1930. It took a while for everything to fold. But what he did to deal with that?
No, we never talked about it. You may have, but I never talked about it with them. And there would have been an interesting subject to find out about how they lived through the Depression. I
Yeah.
know they didn't have a car, and I know that Dad was working at least one and maybe two jobs, but never even mentioned the hardships of the Depression on them.
And so, do you have any idea what the jobs were he was working?
He was always in the jewelry business, so I guess it was jewelry.
Wow.
But I can't imagine that paid very much. And we just didn't avoid the subject. Just never even thought about bringing it up,
No. And I wish I would love to be able to discuss that with him.
among a lot of other things. Yeah, but that was it was huge on their lives. And I was born in the Depression still, 1935, uh, and it wasn't really over until 39, 40, 41 when the war started. So I was a depression baby, and you were almost a depression. No, you weren't a depression baby. You were a
42.
war
I guess
baby.
it was over by then.
You were a war baby.
But I, if anybody ever watches this, who's old enough to remember what that was like, it would be great to hear from them. This Andrew Ross Sorkin book, they were discussing it. He really did some amazing research. There were players like this guy Jamie Dimon, who's the head of J.P. Morgan, I think J.P. Morgan Chase.
Yeah.
Um, J.P. Morgan himself was in business at that time. Um, there was another guy who he mentioned who was sort of the Elon Musk of those days. Um, I mean, I think I got to get that book because it really sounds fascinating. Or maybe you'll get it and you can tell me what's in it.
Well, those guys, J.P. Morgan, Andrew Carnegie, Mellon, all those people were around, and they probably made money during the Depression, but when other people were jumping off buildings.
Yeah, one guy he mentioned, and I don't remember exactly what his sort of what would be his contemporary today. Um, but he was a guy who bet against the stock market. He made tons of money, um, and he ended up shooting himself in the head.
Because he made too much money, huh?
I don't know whether he's feeling guilty or whatever it was, but um,
Well, a lot of strange things happened during that period. I mean, people did jump out windows, and
oh yeah,
I don't know how that solved anything, but they did it. But times were definitely hard. People were selling apples for a nickel on the corner.
yeah, and you know, like you said, Dad was in the jewelry business, but I can't imagine people buying jewelry at that time.
No, that's another thing. I know he was always in the jewelry business, but maybe he wasn't then. I mean, maybe he was part of the time he was in high school.
Yeah, well, so he was born in 1910. So he was not he was
No, he was
19,
out of high school. Yeah. Out and he never went to college and because they didn't have the money.
right? I am sort of, I guess you would call me a fairly frugal person. I guess we could call you that too.
I think we're frugals.
And I expect that comes from them, dealing with that when we were growing up. They didn't have any money.
Yeah, probably so. Just not spoken. I don't think it was ever spoken.
Never.
But there wasn't much money. I remember Mom took us out to a hamburger place, a bowling alley with hamburgers. This was in the 50s, early 50s, and hamburgers were like a quarter or something like that. And that was a
Yeah.
big deal. That was a big deal.
Yeah. So anybody, well, so we're making this record for people because we just sort of were on the edge of consciousness when that happened.
Unconsciousness would be more like it.
And I just suggest to any, 30-year-old people now, talk to your folks about what they went through growing up because a lot of stuff has happened over that time and it just seems like people don't talk about it.
I haven't heard a word about it from anyone for ever, probably.
No, never. And for us, never thought of it. Never thought of asking,
No, not even as a 20 as a college student, I never thought about it.
No, and I rarely think about it now, but um, so it's stuff like, when Kennedy was shot in Dallas, and I remember that day vividly, and I'm sure uh, how long that was 63.
Yeah, 63.
So my son, who's 50, wasn't alive when that happened,
Yeah.
and I've never talked to him about my own personal experience. For
Well, it's never come up, probably.
no, maybe I'll bring it up.
Yeah. Uh, it uh I don't know. We just didn't ask our parents questions, and I don't think that that's unusual. I think that probably most teenagers are too busy with their own angst and other things to think about what went on in the past. And besides that, now if you're born today, you can't ask anybody about it because they're all dead.
About that stuff.
Yeah,
But, they could have, our
you could ask
older
about World War
children.
II. They could ask about Korea. They could even ask about Vietnam.
Yeah, because they weren't around then either.
No, no,
So,
people are born in 2000s now. They're- that seems really weird. I was watching football over the weekend, and they have pictured, they run the camera by the stands, and people are screaming and yelling. And it occurred to me that all those people look really young.
because they are.
Yeah, I know, but they look really young, and it just struck me as weird. So,
Well, I don't, did you go to football games when you were in college?
yeah, and I don't ever remember screaming and yelling, I must say. You never went, you said.
No, I never went. Um, but there was a lot of screaming and yelling, I think, going on. I didn't do it, and you didn't do it.
But I was there and I still didn't do it.
So it's weird, a little bit weird. So those of you looking in 50 years from now, just remember,
Ask people things.
ask
Ask your
people things,
parents.
and
Ask your parents. If you know anything about history, ask your parents what they lived through it. Ask them about it.
and if yeah, and you could tell your kids too, who didn't go through all what you all went through.
On the other hand, you don't know what to tell them because they're too busy looking at their phones.
Well, maybe when they get in their 30s.
Maybe, yeah, maybe so. Uh, Another thing I wanted to talk about, I didn't really want to talk about kids, but it came to mind when we were talking about growing up and so forth. Uh, the ads on TV for send us $19 a month for ACLU, save the animals, save the horses, save the whales, save everything. If you subscribe to them all, it's 63 cents a day, they keep telling you that. $19 a month, you'd probably spend $300 a month on those things easily.
Or more.
Yeah, or more. You can spend all you want because there's endless ones. St. Jude's Hospital and
And there are a lot, most of them are very good causes.
I think most of them are legit. Yeah, some of them are not. You got to check found the foundation website to find out if they're legit or not. If they spend all their money on advertising and administration, you don't want to send them any money.
True. It's all that's true.
None will none will filter down to the starving animals.
So then, so you thought we ought to be a little more controversial,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay. I know something we can be controversial about, and that's household pets, which I don't understand and I don't want, and just it's just a mystery to me. Although I know people love them and they'll scream and yell that somebody doesn't, but not for me.
So why do you think? Because I've had pets and I love pets. I think it's really interesting in a way when you have a pet. At least the last pet we had, who was an amazing animal, somehow there's a comfort. I don't know if it's comforting. It's like their consciousness is just so not like yours. And, I see they have anxiety things for animals now too, but I don't think they're that anxious. I think they're just having a good time. They like getting knowing if you go over to this bowl, there's going to be food in it. You'll have water. People will take you for a walk, or or give you a box to poop in. And I think at some level they maybe appreciate that. I don't know.
I think uh, too much is attributed to animals. I, I can't put it into words because I don't know the words, but I had two bad experiences with dogs growing up. One was the dog got caught it was a little collie and it got caught under the garage door and died from that. That was a bad thing. And then the dog that you liked a lot and liked you and didn't like me in any way that I didn't have it. It was in the house. It got there somehow. I don't know how. I really don't know where that dog came from.
So, well, I can tell you that that came from my high school girlfriend.
Rocky did?
Rocky did. Yeah, their dog had a litter, and she gave me one. But so here's a thing. Your memory of the little collie that got its nose crushed in the garage door. My memory was it was a dachshund and it got its nose. Mom actually closed the garage door on its nose. They took it to the vet. It got distemper, and then it died.
I don't have that recollection. I still thought it was a collie. I still think it was a collie.
So this is so how can there be any history? Somebody writes something down and people believe it.
Yeah, really. It's in the eye of the beholder or the memory of the beholder, one of the
And
two.
we lived in the same house.
Yeah, yeah, at the same time. I don't remember you being around for the collie
There was never a collie. That's
or
why.
the dachshund, whatever it was.
I wonder if there's any way to to check that out to see what if it really was a dachshund or it was a collie.
No way. No way. Nobody to ask and no record anywhere.
Yeah, so that's lost, totally lost.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's not a big deal, not a big loss, I don't think.
I know, but I think it's indicative of the frailness of history.
Two people who saw the same thing, right?
Who saw the same thing, lived in the same house, same ma, same pa, came up with totally different stories.
Oh well, the frailty is you say the frailty of memory, or just you can displace things or replace things, I guess is what it is.
But yeah, it's always been to me as a dachshund. His name was Luke the Duke.
Really,
Yeah, he was a little brown dachshund. He was a puppy. Never grew up because he died early.
I don't remember any dog. I don't remember the collie's name either, if there was one.
There wasn't one.
No collie existed. Huh?
So it's
I'll take your word for it because I think your memory is probably better on that than mine.
it might have been. I don't know, but so this is a if there's an afterlife, then I'm starting to make my list of questions.
Oh yeah. Well, it'd be a long list. I'm not going to bother, I don't think.
So okay, so controversial. You don't like house pets. Um, there are a lot of people that don't. There, I think there's more that do probably.
Well, there's sure a lot to do, and the people who live in small apartments in New York and have Great Danes, that's another mystery to me.
I actually witnessed that. Um, friends, when I was living in the village, friends had I think it was a studio apartment. They had a cage in there that was the size of my desk for the Great Dane. They lived in a studio apartment with the Great Dane in New York,
And two people.
and two people.
That's crowded.
Very crowded. And not that I don't think is necessary.
And the dog probably ate more than they did.
Probably because they had to feed it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Well, this is mild controversy, but it is some controversy, some disagreement on things.
Yeah, well, when you look at the the pet food accessories business, it's huge.
Gigantic, and they can afford to advertise like crazy. There's this ad on for the farmer's dog that shows turkey from the farmer's dog and other turkey that they say this is turkey too, but it doesn't look like turkey. But I don't think the farmer's dog turkey looks like turkey either.
So, well, because they're all processed.
Well, and they're ground up, and just I don't know.
But there's another current commercial of it's a guy with a date. She's at his apartment. He's making dinner, and he asked her to go get the dog food out of the refrigerator to feed the dog. And she gives him crap about, well, this, why do you have dog food in the refrigerator? And he says, not dog food, it's food. And she leaves and he tells the dog, I didn't like her anyway.
Well, I don't see why anybody would be upset if you had dog food in the fridge anyway, but
Well, it's, I mean, it's,
it's an ad, but the absurdity of some of them. I think I've talked before about the car ads that the more recent ones, you got to be driving through deep mud and a lot of splashing going on,
Or in the Sahara,
or in the Sahara, or both. And it's critical that you're doing a lot of splashing.
splashing there. And there's been a few, I don't know, there's a few, I just saw the same one a lot of times where they're, driving through the wilderness and they come up to the, like 2 inches from the edge of the Grand Canyon and slam on the brakes and you're freaking out because they're going to go in the canyon and
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's stuff that nobody will ever do, you know. And the thing, a recent one too, they drive up on the edge of a cliff and then they jump off into the water.
right,
It looks like it looks like it's 50 feet at least.
right. And then I'm wondering, how do they ever get back to their car?
How do you get up out of there? Yeah. No, it's absurd, but I guess it sells cars. I'll be able to do that when I get this car, but you're never going to do it.
And yeah, exactly. And your wild, adventurous life in the car commercial is basically being bumper to bumper in traffic,
Yeah,
trying to
your
get
wild
home.
that's your wildest experience.
So these are all good. And in 50 years, when all the cars are automated, nobody even knows how to drive, we
Yeah.
can tell them about this. They'll
Yeah,
look back.
really. You used to be able to used to have to drive those things. You have to drive them, put the brakes on and sit in them and in traffic for hours and just but they got you places and that was the good part about it.
How primitive, though. I mean, you had to park them yourself and all
Oh
sorts
yeah, I mean
of
it was
stuff like that.
awful stuff.
That'll be over.
Awful stuff. Yeah. Probably won't even be cars. So no need for them.
Well, you're going to have the flying car that they've been talking about for 50, 60 years.
Yeah, at least that long. And then there'll be but you're right, self-driving cars will take over, and you can sit there and play cards with who's ever in your car,
The school bus, there won't be a driver. They'll just go around by itself and pick up the kids.
or no school, one of the two,
Yeah, maybe it'll just be remote.
all on the internet. You don't have to go to school anymore. I mean, that was what COVID was. Everybody was at home doing whatever they were doing, and a lot of people homeschool their kids anyway, like they knew what the hell they were doing. They know a lot about trigonometry and algebra and English and history and all that stuff. They're really skilled in those subjects.
They are. They definitely.
Well, things when people look at this even 10 years from now, they're going to be surprised at how much has changed.
Oh, yeah.
We got phones, we got little tiny phones like this,
Yeah.
and and you can talk to people and look at them at the same time.
Here's a flashback for us.
Oh yeah, man. How do you still have that?
I put it in a drawer, I guess, and um,
It's still
re
there.
rediscovered it. The keyboard is so tiny.
Yeah, I don't see how you would touch that. What is that?
It's a BlackBerry.
BlackBerry?
Yeah.
Well,
And
you had to have long fingernails or really tiny
I
fingers.
could, yeah, I know. I don't think I ever typed. You couldn't talk to it like you can now, I don't think.
Well, that's what 5 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah, maybe more than that at this point.
Might be more than that, yeah. But
But yeah.
still, it's still not long.
So yeah, so here, right here on the Elderly Brothers is
There, hold it
his,
there.
history.
Yeah. History. Well, that's ancient history, and this will soon be ancient history.
Oh yeah, that's a 16, isn't it?
No, it's an 11.
Oh my God, that's super ancient history
It's like 200 years old and in the tech world.
in tech world. Yeah, so yeah, it's seven. They have a 17 now.
Yeah, just came out, and I understand from the reviews it's not much different than the 16, but people will change for sure.
Well, and there's gonna, who knows what the next breakthrough is gonna be?
breakthrough and that we won't even need a phone. We'll just have, well, I've got the watch that you guys bought me, which I can talk to. If my phone is around, I can use it for a phone. But if the phone's not around, I can. But you can get the watch with uh, cell
being,
service on it.
being a phone.
Yeah,
So are you using that thing?
yeah, I wear it all the time, just in case I fall. It'll alert the authorities. I think.
You got to be careful which authorities.
Yeah, I think it'll alert the authorities.
Well, I think this has been extremely interesting.
Well, it's historical too.
It's interesting to us.
Yeah, we're having fun. So anyway, let's cut it off while we're still having fun.
I think that's a good idea. I love you, my brother, in perpetuity.
Love you, my brother. We'll talk again soon. Hang in there, people. Like us,
Like us, share us,
subscribe, and buy
subscribe,
hats. Buy hats.
buy hats.
We
If
got t-shirts too, but start with a hat.
yeah, we got it all. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.